Okay, so now good afternoon everyone. This is our topic is about the annotation of Morgan's successes and annotation of Rizal regarding Morgan spoke about the successes of Islas Malvinas. So first of all, the learning outcomes for this topic is express results views about the pre-conference class. Number two, assess results views of the pre-conference class in light of the current state of historical studies. And lastly, explain the relevance of results annotations in understanding the grand narratives of the Philippines. Before we move on to the topic, let us first know the meaning of sucesos de las Islas Filipinas. So, las Islas Filipinas means the Philippine Islands. In English, which was named after the late King Philip II of Spain. While sucesos means the work of an honorable observer, a versatile bureaucrat who knew the workings, administration, and design. Next, about the book. It is one of the most important works in the Philippine history. It is about the colonization of Spain, published by Antonio de Morga in Mexico in 1609. It explains the political, social, and economical aspects of the
Sali music.
Ganyan talaga siya last time.
and the colonizing regime. Also, this book is based on the observation of what Antonio de Morga observed during his time in the Philippines. And lastly, it is annotated by Sir Rizal, law by Ferdinand Dummer. So, Sir Rizal annotated the works of de Morga with the help of Dr. Ferdinand Dummer. The work consists of 8 chapters, which will not discuss ang haba talaga. Next is about the author himself, Antonio de Morga. Antonio de Morga was a Spanish lawyer who lived in the late 17th century. He is a historical anthropologist, author of the Success of the Filipinas. He also wrote a late formal history of the Philippine Company in Spain. He is a doctorate in canon and civil law. Next is the purpose of Success of the Islas Filipinas. The purpose of Morga for writing this book is usually, in his work, is the dates achieved by our Spaniards, the discovery, conquest, and conversion of the Philippine Islands, as well as the various fortunes that they have from time to time in the great kingdoms among the Mingong people, the surrounding islands. So, in Morga's work, he believes that the Philippines only became great due to the influence of the Spanish colonization, while Rizal believes otherwise. Okay, so next we have what led Rizal to Morga's work. Well, Rizal was an earnest seeker of truth, which marked him as an historian. He had a burning desire to know the past of the Philippines and our history. And his theory was that the country was economically self-sufficient. So naniniwala si Rizal na we were better off before the Spanish colonization. Next, he also believed that the conquest of Spaniards contributed to the mark in the decline of the Philippines' rich tradition. So naniniwala si Rizal na kundi dahil sa one of Spaniards, we were more richer during our times before pre-colonization. Na nung na-colonize na tayo ng Spaniards, mas naging umangin yung bansa namin dahil sa Spaniards. He then decided to undertake an annihilation of Antonio de Morga's Success of the Philippines. This personal friendship with Ferdinand Dummer provided the inspiration for doing a new edition of Morga's Success, where he corrects some of the points and mistakes written by Morga and by Morga. He devoted 4 months to research and writing, almost a year to get his manuscript published in Paris in January 1860. So next we have, why did Sir Rizal choose Morga's work? So Rizal's second consideration for choice kasi naniniwala siya kahit simple yung paggawa ni Morga sa writing the successes nila sa Pilipinas. Kasi hindi nalagay dito, pero si Morga actually was a lawyer. Kaya sa pagsulat niya ng sa Pilipinas, he was more objective compared to the friars who were more religious-based. So may pagkabias yung mga friars. Kaya pinili ni Rizal na i-annotate yung book ni Morga kasi naniniwala siya mas more based and civilized yung civil yung sulat ni Morga. Hindi siya biased or anything. The third consideration for the choice of Morga was Rizal's opinion. The word that is secure account was more objective na or trustworthy kasi unlike the friars na may religious bias, si Morga was a lawyer which made him more trustworthy in regards to his claims. The third consideration of Rizal's choice of Morga was that it appeared more sympathetic towards Indios. And lastly, the fifth and last consideration of Morga was that Morga was an eyewitness. He was a first-hand witness during the time in the Philippines. He personally went to the Philippines and that's where he wrote his book. So how did Rizal know about Morga's work? So Rizal found Morga's work in London at the British Museum.
British
So he was
Museum.
finding his music at that time. And then he stumbled upon Morga's book where he hand-copied kasi hindi man pwede borrow yung book that time. So he hand-copied niya
Sinulat mo.
yung yung book ni Morga
Grabe.
for several days. He hand-copied the whole 21 pages of the book. It was the first historical work of the Philippines definitely. It is the first history written from the point of view of the colonizer, not the colonizer. So, yung annotation daw ni Rizal, yung version na ni Rizal, hindi yung first book ni Morga, ito daw yung first book na published by the Philippines na kung saan makita mo yung perspective from the people who are being colonized rather than the people who are colonized. Next was Rizal's purpose for undertaking Morga's work. It was to awaken the consciousness of the Filipinos regarding our stories based on the past, to correct what has been distorted about the Philippines due to the Spanish conquest, and lastly, to prove that the Filipinos are civilized advanced even before the coming of the Spaniards. Kasi most of the mga historical books written by the Spaniards were mostly biased, believing that Filipinos were uncivilized, poor, and
Sorry.
worse for the Spanish colonizers, hindi na naging rich and advanced yung Philippines. Okay, that's it for our part. We will move on to the annotations, the things he has actually corrected regards Morga's book, which we will demonstrate through our play.
Let's start. Start na lang. Go.
I-turn off na yung TV. Nakakasakit ng mata.
Start na kayo.
Alam mo kung tutulog si Kuya nila.
Oh, grabe. That's crazy. Wow.
Okay, so first of all, Rizal's presentation regarding Morga's book, Las Islas Filipinas, was regarding mostly about the nation, geography, trade, and economy. Okay, in regards with its geography, Morga said, the Philippines was uninhabitable before our arrival. Master Rizal heard this and said, Kasinungalingan, Palalim and its geography indicated three islands which are Sinadey, Ilolo, and Amboina, and their inhabitants, and thus the Philippines was inhabitable. Morgan then said, okay, but its location extends up to 12 degrees south latitude. Sir Rizal said, mali, it's exactly 25 degrees and 40 minutes latitude north until the 12 degrees latitude south. Tingnan mo naman daw yung ulit yung mga sources mo, Morgan. Morgan then said, I just know. British Bali na naman. Manila's temperature drops slightly from December to February, compared to August to September. Thus, with regards to the season, it resembles Spain as all the rest of the Northern Hemisphere.
Argument.
Morgan believes that, says that the inhabitants of the nickname, also known as the Visayas, a pattern drawn by putting a certain black powder where blood oozes out. Then Rizal said, that is true. This is the same method as the Japanese. Morgan then said, the natives living in tribes whom one cannot be saved, to pass where in order to pacify them, although it has often been tried to do this way good or violent means. Rizal then said, they will always choose violence until the government enters because their inhuman basis answers to those who do not submit to the fires. Morgan then says, men and women are unloving in capital, so that when there is a fight, they yield. And then the husband catches their wives but committing incidentally. He is appeased and sentenced great without difficulty. Rizal then says, we find that everywhere, even in Europe itself, this weakness for the faith, I believe, is not a defect monopolized by Filipino men and women. In regards to the government, Morgan believes that there were neither king nor lords to rule them. It's located in different islands. Instead, they consider principles among the natives. And for the first time, results agreed that there was no such thing as kings or lords in the natives. In regards to faith, Morgan says, the natives built on the borders of the river and streams in their settlements where they place rocks embedded with thick enclosures to secure from crocodiles which they fear and venerate, as if they were some more superior to them. And Rizal stated, perhaps for the same reason other nations have great esteem for the lions and bear, putting them on their shield and giving them honorable epithets. The mysterious life of the crocodile, the enormous size that its legs reaches, is but in the double and aspect has greatly influenced the life of the Millennium Philippines. Morgan then says, great sorcerers and wizards who deceived the people and communicated to them whatever they wish, they believed omens and superstition, so that they could tell whether their sick persons would live or die. Rizal then said, speaking of sick and
Ano is sleeping? Char.
Father Chorina tried the case of Armandao, who was sick and offered half of his body to the angel to see if he would cure. But he was cured. What could be said now to those who died, despite all the madness offered to the different churches? In regards to the customs of the dead, Morgan said, they buried their dead in their own houses, keeping their bodies and bones for a long time in boxes, venerating their skulls. In their funeral rites, neither pumps nor procession take any part, except those performed by members of the household of the dead.
Nawala pa tayo ng pag-ano.
They indulge in eating and drinking to the degree of intoxication among themselves, like complete subjects. Rizal then says, we find it more natural and pious to venerate the remains of our loved ones than those fanatical martyrs who we have no dealings with and who will probably never remember us. In regards to the economy, Morgan believes that cotton is raised through the island and is split into threads and sell it. They also use blankets and various ways which they also sell for trade. Rizal says, tama ka, Morgan. They also harvest cotton and not just rice. Out of cotton textile, there was
Mahirap
also
man.
cotton commanderos and then a fortune of about 50,000. Morgan then said, the natives of the island sell artifacts to the Japanese. As a matter of fact, this basin has become very scarce, integrate or demanded this product. Rizal said,
Okay, I think we have seen enough. Thank you, actors. You can have your seat. For that lines, that is very important. No, the ones you're reading, it's actually the corrected ideas, right? From Morga that was corrected by Rizal. So when you share your PPT, you also share the ones, is that encoded? Naka-encode ba yan? Binasa mo?
yes.
O ibigay mo din yan sa sisi natin ha? Kasi wala tayong content sa ating module. So, dyan tayo mag-base ng ating successors. Okay, we now proceed to the, do you have questions to the class? Your group?
Any questions now?
No, you ask them.
Ah. Wala.
How about other members of the group? Do you wanna ask your classmates?
Kaya,
Bait nyo naman.
kami daw mag-question mo
Sila ang magtanong.
Gusto ba magtanongin kita?
Hindi, baka ako magtanong sa'yo.
It's not like that. We change the game. Because it's the one that's listening would ask question. Baka ano lang yan, no? But you're testing the knowledge of the reporter. While if it's the reporter who will ask question to the listener, that will ensure that everybody is paying attention.
Oh, naiitan kayo.
You have no questions.
Okay, no question from the reporters. So shall we have the key takeaways of our groups 1 and 2 to the discussion and dramatization of group 3?
Presentation. Importante kasi doon.
Okay, group 1, say something.